jumping jacks included. And then at the end of that year, us three moved to Illinois. Woo! And I believe, what was the quote exactly when we moved here?
Someone came in the cage and was like, "We'll be gods among all these wrestlers." I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing.
But we came here, and shortly thereafter, we met. Let's see, where's Waylon at? Where's Waylon? It's hiding. We met Waylon. He's somewhere. There it is. We met Waylon Ryan Phoenix, who was doing things up here. Shortly thereafter, these two started working for a company called IWA Mid-South. They got on by doing a tryout show. The first tryout show, where this man also had a match. Look it up on YouTube if you want to see something really bad.
So good.
So skip ahead to the third tryout show. And myself and a group of others decided, well, hey, if these two got on and it worked out well for them, they're good, maybe we can be good, maybe we can do something. And then myself and Bucky, and I don't know, that guy that looks like that Funky Monkey fan, Mr. Garbunkle, there's a guy that looks like him. He used to wrestle by the name of Coach Havens. Garbunkle, do you know Coach Havens?
I've seen the match. Yeah. I feel like I was there.
Probably. Myself, Bucky, maybe Mr. Garbunkle, Lieutenant Dan Gus of the Fun Police, back when he was a superhero named Dan the Man. A guy that also looks vaguely familiar. I don't know why he looks familiar, because he wears a mask, but hey Stumpy, do you know this guy named Dixieland Destroyer?
Yeah!
He was there, but we all became family in that time period. Tyler Kriegel, all of these people. We made so many memories over the last 10 years. So many of you, Mauve, you've all been there for the ride. I chose to have my last match here because all of my friends are here. All of the people that have been with me since day one on this journey, the biggest journey in my life. I started wrestling when I was 18. I'll be 29 in August. Which I know to some of you might sound like, oh, you're still a young kid. You can still do much. 10 years in the wrestling business is a lifetime. I put so many miles, all of us have put so many miles on each other's bodies, beating the hell out of each other in this ring and rings across the country for each and every single one of you. And I appreciate it more than I can explain. The very first person in wrestling in Illinois that I met, I don't even know if he remembers this or if he even realizes it, the very first person in Illinois that I met through pro wrestling was Bobby Houston. I moved to Springfield, Illinois in December 2007. There was a company that this man right here with the red shirt and the glasses, trying to hide that receding hairline. He ran a company by the name of New Midwest Wrestling. And the first person I met when I walked through the door trying to get booked was Bobby Houston. The very first thing that you said to me as I asked, excuse me, can I find the promoter rather than answer my question, you said, man, it's hot as shit in here. But if it wasn't for Bobby Houston, Funky Monkey wouldn't exist. And if Funky Monkey didn't exist, then so many of the memories that I have been allowed to create, especially over the last year, would not have been allowed to take place. I've done a lot in 10 years. I've had amazing rivalries over the course of 10 years, but my single greatest soul promotion feud was with this man who just gave me this kendo stick, Buck Nasty, Bucky Collins, who says that I tell him that he's good, but that is a bold-faced lie because for my money, Bucky is one of the absolute best in wrestling as I break the kendo stick. He and I had this thing going on when someone would ask, how do you get booked for Dreamwave, or how do you get booked for another company, blah, blah, blah. We'd say, well, what do you have to offer? They'd say, well, I can give you a good match. Yeah, well, we've got Bucky. He can give you the best match. Why do we need you? Bucky is so much better than he gives himself credit for. Bucky can make so much money, and I hope that he does because you're one of my absolute favorite opponents. I love you. Thank you for everything that we did in this ring. The Hooligans. Devin Cutter messaged me on Facebook. I didn't want to ask him to do this show. I didn't want to ask him to do this show because I didn't think that the money would be right for them to be here, but he hit me up and he said that he wanted to be here for me, and that means more than you'll ever know, because without you two, I wouldn't even be here right now, because you two are the first people that invested in me when I was terrible and shitty in the ring, and you guys got in the ring with me and you helped make me good. So I can't thank you enough for that, and I'll never be able to repay you. Thank you guys. I'm literally not going to be able to do this. There's so many people that I wrestle that are standing around this ring. Almost all of you. I've had some great matches with Marcus Crane, with Gunnar Franks, Tyler Bregel. You threw that dodgeball in my nuts so hard. One of my absolute favorite, Dodgeball Brigade versus E equals MC squared and Guy. Christian Rose, Tom. I met Tom in January 2009 at this terrible, awful, essentially a yarder company. And I actually wrestled this guy at that show. And we met, there's another guy who I wish more than anything could be here tonight. My old tag team partner in the Kentucky Buffet, Alex Castle. I wish that he could be here. I wish so bad that he could be here. When I met you two that night, and much like I used to be terrible, holy shit, brother. They were so bad.
I know. I'm aware.
But I'll be damned if about a year or two later we went on to have some of the absolute best matches that either of us have ever had in our careers. Hell, we had a couple here at Funky Monkey. I believe you once said that I was your best friend and your worst enemy in one breath, and that is true. You're the worst person that I know. But yeah, it's definitely true. You're the worst person. You're definitely the worst person I know. You're old. You're ugly.
Mathematically, it can't be.
But you're bad. But Tom is the worst. But I wouldn't have it any other way, because if you're a piece of garbage, you're my piece of garbage. So thank you for the years of friendship. Thank you. Thank you for being my roommate for 5 years and not driving me insane. Thank you for all of the miles on the road. Thank you for all of the matches. Thank you for letting me in your streak at Dreamwave.